hello, everybody. Samuel's back. It's been a while. It's been one whole day. Like, first match of the oof. Oh, things happen. So welcome to today's stream. It's a very weird stream today. I hardly, if ever, really do something like this. Yeah, this is a bit of a channel update. While we have some games in the background just to keep myself busy while I talk and such. And yeah, the future of the channel in general. It's all good news, by the way. There's no bad news except for mainly that we're just gonna have to figure out when streams will be. But even then, the nice thing is that I might be able to roughly put out schedules consistently still. You're not fired, you're still here. You're still one of my mods, god dang it. You're not going anywhere. Don't you dare. Don't you dare leave me. I need you, Slow. Need you. We need you, Slow. We still need you. I mean, chat needs you. Yeah, chat needs you. No, all seriousness, things went well. ZamielNR has job. I was supposed to have orientation tomorrow, and we were still able to make a stream tomorrow, but tomorrow had to be canceled for orientation because still waiting for the background check to go through, which can take about 5 to like 10 odd days. So yay on that endeavor. So basically I'm having to sit down and wait. Yep, exactly. We've done it. Let me see if here, if I do this real quick, if we can't fix some encoding. My fix matters. Ugh. We're still encoding. I wonder if it's because things are trying to load up. Yeah, that might be what's going on right there. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, yep. So I has job. And I hit the wrong background. I'm smart. Oh, 100% slow. I've done that in the past. I've 100% done that in the past. Good news is with this position, I might be able to get into one of the jobs that I actually am kind of gunning for. Hopefully. So yeah, that's the good news. The good news is, yay, we finally have work. Bad news is that it will affect stream in the sense of I won't know what times or days, so it's not necessarily going to be a Monday through Friday shtick anymore. We'll see. It depends on how I'm scheduled. The nice thing is that they are going to be giving me, they said, about 3 weeks of a schedule. So for 3 weeks, I'll already know what I'll be doing and working. So that actually allows me to set up ahead of time, which would be nice. Then I can look and I can plan a bit more. So that's one of the good things. So yay! It's just we're waiting on that damn background check. I have no priors. I've never committed a crime. Except for taking people's souls. Apparently that's a crime to you, human. So yep. Things are gonna be going up. And what's even more hilarious is I'm being tormented by Elden Ring. It went on sale and I couldn't get them, like, you bitch. And then even what's upsetting right now is that Dark Souls 2 and 3 is on sale for half off. I'm going, you bitch. Yeah, I don't work in life, just remember. Exactly. Oh, slow. First of all, you know I'm stubborn. Stupidly so. Stupidly so stubborn. I want to remake this gatehouse, by the way. Quickly off topic, this gatehouse was of my own design, and I want something a bit better. And I will look a bit better. Big thing is going to be the keep. That's one of the things I wanted to show you guys while we chill and we just talk about things. I am very proud of this keep. It has my sigil. That's of a white sun. So let's take a look around the keep. Kind of give you guys an idea of how it looks. I am very pleased with this. It was one sitting that I'd made all this. Now I'm on the part where I need to make a better gatehouse and some walls and such. And it's all decorated and furnished and all. But yeah, no, I'm excited because now this opens up a lot of things for stream. It's just streams are gonna die down just ever so slightly. It's not gonna be as boom, 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 boom. So we're waiting, like, for example, tomorrow, You'll Dead has got an updated announcement. We'll see how that goes. So, for example, tomorrow is still going to be Master Duel. I'll be doing that because, again, I didn't want to start the dagger-only run for Dark Souls if I don't know, like, what next week was going to be. So we're still kind of in that limbo state where I will start it next week if need be. I just don't know. Like, part of my fear is, like, let's say Tuesday we got it, and then Wednesday, Thursday, have to vanish for a bit. It's one of those, we're going to work it out. It's the only bad thing overall is just stream times are going to be constantly changing. They are not necessarily within my control 100% now, but such is life. This leads to bigger, better things overall. So since I am the god of this world, let's set this over the day. So let me introduce you to my castle proper. So to get in, you actually have to come up these stairs, which means you're going to be getting shot to pieces and stuff, which is nice. So say if you even come in, this, basically the door opens up like this. You have no protection. So if people are already here and this door opens up, you have no protection. You are right in the line of fire. There's that. I've used these trapdoors basically to kind of create a wood aesthetic. And plus, I made most of that. Basically, I am open to everything and anything slow. So I could be working mornings, afternoons, nights. It is a constant of I won't know until I see a schedule for sure. I'll get some seniority down the line, and then I'll probably say, hey, I'm actually working such and such times. But for now, there's a new guy on the block, new kid on the block. I'm going to do whatever it takes at the moment. But the environment's already better than my last workspace. I'll tell you that much. It feels so much better. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, slow. Indeed. Behold, welcome to our great hall, where we have plates, seating, cups, my throne, some chairs over there. You can see that we have some beautiful fireplaces that actually have proper venting, so that way then the smoke can be vented out. If I copy this real quick, you can see we got a vent there, and then it's the exact same thing on that side. So we have ventilation for the servants to come in, prep food and all that, because there's no kitchen and stuff in here, but this is legal prep food. Exactly. Oh, 100% slow. Even in my old job, I was flexible, but then it came to a point of, like, you keep doing this weird... My old job kept doing this weird thing of, oh, yeah, by the way, we need you to work afternoons. Oh, by the way, now work mornings. Oh, now after that morning, now work nights. Oh, and then after that night shift, now we need you to work, say, morning. I'm like, you can't keep yanking my chain like this. I'm getting very fed up with it. Getting old very, very fast. It's like, I have no problem if you want me to work different, like, shifts and stuff, but you cannot keep doing this night to morning shit on me. Like, no thank you. Because legally, they're meeting the legal requirement for me to get my rest so they can pull that shit, unfortunately, is what my old job was doing. So I couldn't really do anything against that, except just voice my concern. But those people never gave a shit about me. To be honest with you, people I used to work with, I felt like were trying to get me out the door to begin with because I wasn't fitting their agenda. yeah, this is my seat. You see we have banners and all that. Now, instead of going upstairs, we'll go downstairs to technically what's the first floor. We have all the storage, ladies and gents. All the storage, so we can have all our goodies. And of course, then we have like some bits and pieces of crafting materials in case you would ever need them. Just in case. My wine cellar, which I'm actually going to rig up down the line. I want to rig up this to disappear into a staircase. And the staircase is going to have a tunnel for, say, the wife and the children to slip out through, and it's going to lead to the church, so they can pop out of the church. Got a truck drive that made me start the week mornings, take a day off, then be on nights. Oh, Jesus. That's rough, because that really helps with your sleep schedule. And that was what irritated me most of all, because it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we need you to work this night shift. Oh yeah, by the way, here's the legal amount of lease time we can give you off. Now pop back over and do all this. It's like, Christ, can I please breathe? That was me even still being part-time at that place as well. I'm like, Christ, part-time, and they were making me work full-time hours and doing basically full-time shifts constantly. I'm going, what the fuck? At that, and yeah, so you had it even worse. Hate companies that do that, man. Yeah. So now if we go up the staircase, you actually go up to the balcony section, so people can be here. These arrow slits actually do work. I will grab a bow. I don't think I'm gonna, yeah, so these actually work, so you can fire through them, and you can actually be protected and fire through. So we have arrow slits, and it's the same thing over there, and then you got towers here, so that way then you can be defended. So I like that. Nice little touch. And of course we do have gates, but we don't really use the gates. This is just to break up the fencing, so nice bit of a grand hall when you enter. And then we'll head up another flight. Coming to what is called the garrison headquarters. So people who will be stationed within the keep, they have their bunk beds, they have like their own personal effects. Place here, you come here, they have their privy. Ugh. So wash your hands, do what you gotta do. Still have arrow slits in here because again, this is the keep. This has to be one of the most defensible places ever. Oh, I'm part-time. That was my position, is part-time. That's just so I can at least get my foot in the door with the company. At the point in time, so I was hunting for everything and anything work-wise. So we're part-time for now. The position that I'm gunning for at this company will be full-time, and I'm going to be trying to gun for it in time. Just gotta let them know that I'm up to the task. See, smaller fireplaces. Another table, this is where I would be sitting, so bam. And in case we need, that means more beds, more storage. This basically is for like arrows and stuff, so we can try and keep stockpiled and stuff. So that way then they can keep defending the kingdom. And then up here, this actually leads on top of the entrance, and then these would have arrows in here in these dispensers, and you would walk over here. So what would happen is, say the enemy does breach, rain of arrows will be coming down on them. This will basically, think of it like a murder pit, or a murder hole would actually be the proper term. Just like these, we have murder holes, so you can shoot down these. So if the enemy is close enough, you can do that. As well as you can still shoot far away, shoot up close, all that fun stuff. Oh, did I actually hit something? Oh, I must have hit that pig. Watch out! I like this. This is nice. And of course all the barrels for storage and all that again, because these guys have to have their own personal effects. Then if we come up, you now hit the royal family. You'd hit my bedchamber, which you see is fancier door. Servants and stuff would come in. They would have to wait right here to announce themselves. Then you would come in and welcome to the royal bedchamber. You can see beds for any of the kiddos. They have their own little chests. We actually have big old shutters that, in a sense, these are aesthetic only. They don't actually close, but Basically, you can see that this is swung all the way open. This will close over. This is slightly open. It will close over kind of deal. They have their own little knickknacks. My desk for all the paperwork I'd have to do, and a bookshelf I can put the books in. Ugh. And then, of course, me and the missus want to have some nice time away from the kitties. Got this. The foot locker, which then leads to the bed chamber. That's right. Look at our bed. Big old canopy bed with all the beautiful trimmings. All the beautiful trimmings. Nice little sitting area with a nice big fireplace. And then, of course, again, the privy. Because, you know, back then you had to do what you had to do. And so this is the royal bedchamber. And they make it quickly. Yeah. Now, you see that we have the stopgap so that then you don't accidentally fall down. Then you come up here, and this leads you to the top. So now we still got the murder holes, which are still functional. Kids don't like PDA. Hey, sucks to be the kid then. Also, I don't know if I showed you that in the bedroom. This is the only tower that allows up and down access. But we did vault it a bit, so you can kind of see we have our chandelier, and it makes it more spacious. And if you notice, all this lumber and timber actually runs throughout the whole keep. So you see that this goes straight down. The timber and all also does the same thing. It goes straight down and is connected and all. So it looks like one unified piece. A lot of hard work that. So very pleased with how that keeps that. So you can see that we have our towers. We have the battlements to defend ourselves. And then, of course, each tower, again, you can still continue to go up. And basically, chests that will be full of ammunition. And these guys are always just designed to take care of stuff. Yep, you see that? Termites. It's always termites. Wow. But that's the keep so far. And so now I want to make a better gatehouse. I'll show you what I've done, and I want to build something better. But yeah, you can also see that we added detailed bricks. Same thing here. We got some moss bricks, some of the cracked, and then of course the cobble is here because like historical castles, they'll have this implemented to make it harder for the enemy to like try and chip their way in. Yeah, I'm actually pleased with this. One of the things I want to do is this gatehouse will also be a drawbridge, and this drawbridge will come down to a bridge that will exist. So the bridge will come out, and basically you'll be able to come here. And then I'm also thinking I want a gatehouse slash drawbridge around here. There'll be two ways in kind of thing, mayhaps. Or what might happen is instead of that, we'll have the bridge go out here. And there might be a bridge that goes over the harbor or so, but I want to leave this open, really. Have docks and stuff. So there might be a horizontal bridge that goes this way. Mayhap. So I want to be able to connect to this part of the land as well. But yeah, so this is my interpretation of a gatehouse at the moment. So again, same idea. Someone upstairs, in case this was to get busted through, you would basically just launch into it. And one of the things that I did forget that I can quickly add for that hint of realism is I can put that down so we technically have the portcullis. So that way then it will look more realistic. And I have the doors closer to the keep so that way then enemies can't come in, because you can see we've got these arrow slits just as safety precaution. You would come in. This basically exists so that way then you can protect around. This is a staircase. And same concept. Again, just be able to defend. And this is also a staircase. So you would come up, you can come up here and you can still defend around, even though this is probably where the walls have to go, so these might get deleted. But we also have murder holes in the gatehouse, so in case we need them, which I'm not actually... They work, but you kind of have to be on top of them, it would seem. Mayhaps. Mayhaps. But allows you to also get across and then activate dispensers, so that way then they're raining holy hell on our enemy. I never would have thought to use stairs like this, by the way. So that was kind of clever of the person who designed the way to do arrow slits, because it works. It allows light in, and at the same time, arrows can go through, and it's not a big hole, which is nice. And then, of course, you can continue to go up, because you would need to continue to go up. You can see that we also have a stop point there. So you would come here, murder holes, fire upon the enemies. That would be crossing the bridge. Square towers, round towers. So with here, you'd come up the center, and I have this design so you still have the murder hole aesthetic. But at the same time, you can still like step up, fire over kind of thing. So that's that one, and then of course, square towers are just square towers. They're just designed to basically kind of also help, like, in case they do break through, and if they're still able to hold off, they could still kind of fire towards the staircase, try and keep the enemy off. Think like Helm's Deep from the two towers where you saw the Uruk-hai were marching up. The whole idea behind that is so that then the archers in the distance could fire upon them, because it makes it harder to be assaulted. Well, this is actually based off of, structure-wise, based off an actual historical keeps and stuff. Is this design? As you might remember, I made one that was bigger than this, but I like this. It's actually, it looks small, but it's the right size, oddly enough. Like these, you can see that this is the chimney, so that's the ventilation where the smoke would be coming out. If Minecraft had the actual physics to allow the smoke to go out the sides, but that's the ventilation for them, which is pretty cool. And I'm glad that I was able to conform this to the land, so it's not just on a flat piece of turf. Just looks good. Now, a bit of another bit of the channel update that I want to kind of get towards here, everyone, is down the road, Zamiel here might be able to do more drum-related stuff. One video he's got in his mind to potentially do, it would be to talk about my current drum set, talk about the dimensions, what it is, what's made of, stuff like that. So that's going to involve research. So do that and stuff. Again, just thank God we have a job down the road, future-wise, that will allow that hobby and love of mine to be done as well. So I've been thinking lately, like, I want to do more. The biggest thing stopping me, as always, was just the audio. Because, again, audiophile, and dear God, yeah, it will be better once I can hopefully get the microphones eventually for that. Again, that's with considering bills and stuff were paid and being paid, so it's not like, oh yeah, by the way, first paycheck, ta-da, that's not how this is going to work. Just like Elden Ring's going to have to wait probably a couple of paychecks before I'll decide to just go, alright, boom. Because I have bills that I really want gone. There's one in particular called a frickin' loan from the college that I really want to make disappear as quickly as possible, because it's annoying. The most annoying bill I have. Again, parents, I ask you this: do not force your kids to go straight into college after high school. I would say at the very least give them a year to figure out what the hell they want to do with their damn lives, because just force them right out the gate, I didn't know what the heck I wanted to do. What I went to college for, I'm not even doing. Wouldn't even apply to any of the jobs that I would even be gunning for either, so to me that was just a time of money and time wasted. Like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate, you know, the family is the one that paid for the college and all that. Dumb me back then should have opened his mouth up a lot sooner and said I want out, but I didn't. I was way more introverted back then than I am now. One of the nice things about being a streamer, I'm introverted, but I can't be as introverted as I used to be. Yay! Cause yeah, just let your children figure out, unless they really automatically know what they want to do right out the gate, I would support it. Yeah. Exactly. Have a goal is crucial, but like, Christ. Put it to you this way, when I went through school and all that, I still didn't know what the hell I was gonna do. Because I have a problem of, I can do anything I set my mind to. I mean anything. If I wanted to do, say, painting, if I focused all my time on that, I could have done that. If I wanted to take my time and actually learn, you know, to be a mechanic, I probably could have actually taken the time, sat down and do that. As long as I focus on it, I do my research, I learn, and I can do it. Exactly. Have something you want to do. Have an idea in place, but Jesus Christ. Just for me, someone like me, my problem is I can do anything, really, if I put my mind to it, so that's my problem. Of course, dumb me, and I should have really put my foot on the ground about this. I should have stuck around with my band at the time, because I was going to be a drummer. Now, I understand why Zamdad didn't really like that idea, because he did the whole starving musician thing before. So, you know, again, I respect that he has that experience. He's gone through it. But what pisses me off still to this day is I would say a good 2 out of our 5 members of the band are still going around playing. I should have put my foot down and said, I'm sticking with the band. Because they're doing good. I'm like, God damn it. Put my foot down. I don't care if I starve. But you know, you're a parent. You're trying to do what's best for your kids. You want them to be well fed. Stuff like that. So it's like, I get it. Nowadays, older Zamiel gets it. Young Zamiel's like, come on, man. So uncool. But with age comes wisdom. And with wisdom comes gray hair. And with gray hair comes death. Yay. Plus, it didn't help that my high school was stupid. So, normal, like, they would have a career day where they'd set a day for you to actually go out to a business that you had interest in. So, they thought it would be interesting to... So, at the time, I was interested in maybe being a mechanic. Yes, slow, yes. Well, going back to my topic. So, with the career day... Oh, yeah, by the way, you know, it's like I told I wanted to be a mechanic. So, my school, being stupid... sent me to a mechanic shop, but the person doesn't have a degree, didn't have an education. He actually dropped out of high school, and the only reason he had that job is because his father was the boss. So it's like, really? This is the example you're trying to set for a student who wants to get into the industry. Then you look at someone like, say, Zamdad. Zamdad has his degrees and shit and has busted his ass off in his industry of automotive. It's like, yeah, he's smart as a tack and could probably run circles around that one guy. Like lickety split. He could probably break down an engine faster and put it back together faster than that one dude ever could. Hey, you're not the only one with some gray, slow. Trust me. This Demon Lord has spotted some. I don't care if I have gray hair, to be honest. More the better. Those are wisdom lines. Don't you forget it. Those are wisdom lines, slow. Wisdom. No problem with gray hair. What was that faux pas? I have some family that is sure, like, it's like you have gray hair. Just embrace it. Stop trying to keep dyeing your hair. There's no point. Just embrace what is to come. You're wasting money over something so stupid and vain. Just embrace it. Embrace the gray. Embrace. I'm so happy I got a haircut today. I feel so much better. So much weight has been lifted off thine head. Well, so we all start life. Very set different. Yeah, there is another to judge your own description. Exactly. And then, of course, my high school at the time was also completely stupid, going, oh yeah, you got this degree, you can demand the money that you want. It's like, that's not how the real world works, people. You can't just go, I want to make $30 an hour and you guys have no say. I am demanding that you give me this money because here's my degree and shit. That's what they were selling us back then. And they're so adamant about it. No. You have to demand that. You have every right to demand that. You have to be paid that because you went to college and stuff. It's like, fuck me. It's not how the world works. Teaching kids bad things. Which makes me wonder if they've still been teaching that, and that's what led to the current predicament of the generations. I want this, and I deserve it. You give it to me now. Me. Instead of actually working up and earning up to it. Like, I have no qualms saying, when I start this job, I'm already above minimum wage for where I'm at. I'm not going to go into specifics about how much, but I'm ahead of minimum wage. So much so that when the new year runs over, I'm still technically above the new minimum wage. But I am still expecting a bit of a freaking pay increase. A tiny bit. Oh, they can give me 25 cents next year. I'd still be happy because technically that, with what I'd be making, if you factor in 25-cent pay bump, if I work 4 hours, that's an extra $1 in the paycheck. It adds up. Work hard, train, eat, and sleep plenty. That is the turtle hermit. Well, yeah, you're the turtle hermit. No, I'm the kind of person where, with my position, I want to learn as much of everything as I can, just so I can be beneficial. I'll say this much, Zamiel has returned to retail. But he also has no qualms about it, to be honest, especially considering that the position he's gunning for down the road is actually one that he really loves to do. I want to get into that position. And if the person who actually is like the head of that department is who I think it is, I might have an N. Because I think I might know the person who's in charge of that department. Might be a former associate that I know from my old place of work. Because if it is who I think it is, then yeah, I've already got people that I'm fully aware of. So that makes me happy. Right? We can quit out of that. Oh my god, he's going for lead manager at Blockbuster. God, I miss Blockbuster, you asshole. God, those were the days. Go out, rent a movie, rent games, buy VHSs, buy some games, the discount pile and all that. God, have the Blockbuster card. Those were the good days, man. Be kind, rewind. This is your fault, Slow. Make me feel old again. God. So I watched this game show called The Floor, and I'm watching some of these people come up. I look at their age going, oh dear God. No, they weren't. It felt that way because you didn't know better. Shut up, you. Blockbuster was awesome. Back in the day, man, those were some of the places to be, man. What you talking about? There's specifically where I used to live. There was the Blockbuster, and then it had like a Subway next to it. God, those were the days. I remember walking with the family because we could walk to it. Going to the Blockbuster and Subway and all that. Actual mom and pop movie rentals were the thing. Oh, indeed. Don't get me wrong. But man. Those Those were the days. Those were the days, slow though. Like arcades, like yeah, they still roughly exist, but I swear to God, some of these kids these days really don't appreciate these things. Got their nose buried in their phone. Like, sheesh. Ah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna show you guys this. Not all give the future a little hope. Oh, I'm giving them hope. Trust me, I have one family member. It's weird. So I have one family that they're a brother and sister. The brother is like almost the epitome of, oh my God, what went wrong? And then his sister is like, that's the future that we want. Like, holy. Be like that and we are golden. That said, the brother is doing a lot better. Because he's part of the workforce now, and then he's actually finally seeing what the real world is like. That rose-tinted glasses has been coming off. It's like, good. Welcome to the real world, kiddo. It sucks. It's ass, but we all have to live in it. So the next thing I want to show you guys is this truth. That might be the ones that actually save us to wake up and see the shit. Exactly. So remember when I was talking about potentially making my own drum set? Say hi to Nordic. The Nordic has what's called their True Series shells, and they only use single species of wood. So I could go say maple, ash, birch. Birch is what you really want, if I'm honest, for a kit. You got cherry, mahogany, walnut. You go for birch, because that's what some of the older drums are also made of. Again, I'm after the vintage sound. Like, I'm talking like late 70s, early mid 80s sound. So yeah, the birch shells are very different from maple. Basically with this tone, it's more punchy and focused. Less resonance than maple. So that's another thing, is the resonance. Like, I don't need too much resonance. I think the kit I have right now is either plywood, or it could be a weird mix of plywood and maple or so, because it's very resonant. And trying to deaden them is such a pain in the butt. So that's what I want. So go with that. 6-ply, because the vintage kit that I'm after is a 6-ply. Oh yeah. Now this is just the one tom, by the way, that we're designing here. So diameter would be 12 inches. So it's a 12 by 8. So that's why I can describe it is, I wish I didn't do this, but here's the 12 is this part. And then going that way is the 8. For those that might be confused how drums work. So right there, it's just 70 with that stuff. However, I would want it sanded. So that way then, it's a smoother surface, would allow me to either stain it, paint it. More so, I actually want to put a wrap around it if I went this route. So we do that. Then, don't really need the rings. All the rings do is, it's a ring that's on the inside, and it kind of stiffens it up a bit. Don't really need those. However, where it says the relief cut, where they're doing a square edge, I want the rounded edge, which is, again, as they call it vintage, because back in the day, they were rounded over instead of just that square cut. It allows the head of the drum, when you put it onto the seat, a lot better than just a square. Rounded allows it to breathe just ever so slightly more. Then the bearing edge, I'll have them do the bearing edge. We go with a standard 45 degree, which is the base. You see, that's $160 just for that. That's not, there's no holes for me to put the lugs in. nothing. Basically, I would be building this from scratch. So that's just the tom. We go to my floor tom. Again, 6x, same everything, 229 is for the floor. And then the other floor tom is also then is an 18 diameter and a 16 depth. And then the bass drum is where it gets fun and interesting. Bass drum is 264 because I want to have a 22 diameter but only 14-inch depth. My current bass drum is a 22 by 18. I don't like the 18. I want to actually shorten it up a bit. I want to lose those 4 inches because it's more punchy and attack. So then the snare drum. This is where it gets fun. So my snare right now is a 5.5. But the snare on the vintage kit that I'm really after is actually a 14 by 6.5. Now with the snare, there actually is an extra something that has to be done. I'd have to pay $20 more. They'd have to do what's called the snare bed cut. So the best way to describe it is underneath here is going to be a slight divot cut out to allow the snare bed to have more contact on the snare side head, so that then the snares will actually vibrate and buzz when you hit it. So that way then you get more of the sound out of it. It's not choked. So basically, if I was to shine a light through this, you'd actually see the light shine from those openings on the bottom. Whereas on anything else besides a snare drum, you don't want to see any light. You want it to be as smooth as possible. So that is that. And then, of course, this is just me spitballing. Like, I could honestly make my own tom. Like, I've actually gone into the details about it. For example, the drum wrap. So I'm kind of looking at going solid color. Wait for it to load. I want to go with the yellow when it pops up. Yeah. I'm either thinking yellow for the color of the wrap. And what's nice is the way that they price these. Is so right here would be 12 by 8. Because if you notice and if you keep going down, if you look for the 12s, you see if there's like 12 by 8. You're not going to find it. So it's 8 by 12. So see that? $30 for the wrap, but it is cut to that size. That's not bad. For the 16 by 16, 71. For the 18 by 16, it's 85. For the 22 by 14, if I can find it, 22 by 14 is 92. And then the snare would also be 30. So wrap is expensive, but it would protect the shell a lot more. Like, there are these and all, but I want to do a solid color. I want it to look uniform if I want that route. Plus, that yellow just looks nice. So we would go that route. The lugs, on the other hand, I, for the life of me, cannot find the lugs I would be happy with. But it would basically be, I would need that, and yes, I would want the gaskets, because the gaskets would help protect the shell. But then this isn't, the lug isn't digging into the drum. And I did the math. It's 6 lugs on the tom. And it's 8 on the 2 toms. So 8 and 8 is 16. So that's 22. And it would be 42. Because 10 lugs snare, 10 lugs on the bass drum. So it'd be 42. Well, not really 42. It would be 32. Actually, I think I'm doing it wrong. Hold up. My math is wrong. It's 6 of that. 6 and 6 is 12 because there's 2 sides to it. And then if we're a 8 lug, 8 and 8 is 16. 16 and 16 is 32. So that puts us at 44. Double it to 64. So it'd be 64. Not counting the snare because the snare has its own lugs I'd be after. You can see that it adds up, by the way. That's why I'd be putting it together one drum at a time, piece by bloody piece. They don't really have lugs that I'd be happy with. Let me see. Gasket mounting screws, tension rods. God, trying to find tension rods was a pain in the ass. So, like, they have these, but what I'm actually after, and I can actually show you if it's still up and available. Yeah, what I'm after is what's called the Tama Superstar. And like I said, if I have to piece it together, I'll piece it together. By the way, that's only $425 for that. Also, a side note for me, starting to play DBZ Breakers and crushing it. So, even more perfect. Good. Bring perfection upon the world. And this is the list of size. Yeah, so this is the 16 by 16, by the way. 1984. And the way I can tell that they're not bullshitting me is the badge. The badge tells you everything you need to know about the kid I'm hunting. It is a Tama Superstar. But it has to say made in Japan, and it has to have the serial number on it like this. Now, it was when they went to the years 82 throughout is when they actually started listing the year. So seeing that 84 and then serial number lets me know that this is a genuine thing and not a fake. And this is like my holy grail of drums sets that I'm after is the Superstar. Which is why I'm like, if I have to piece it all together from separate pieces, and if they're not the same color, I would rather wrap it so that way I can keep the integrity of that drum together and just wrap it. It would just need some sticky tape. And you just have a little bit extra on that wrap to lay it on top of itself, so that then it will look like one whole piece. And then the lugs and all that would hold the wrap in place as well. Like, everything looks correct, and for the life of me, I cannot find these goddamn lugs. The one thing that's irritating me, and, you know, they're showing somewhere. Just fine. Not perfect. I cannot find these style lugs to save my life. To save my goddamn life. I cannot find them lugs. Like, if I go here, this should be, yeah, here's the bass drum, by the way. And they're calling this in 80s. You can see the Tama sticker there. Again, the best way to know if they're BSing you. Now, this might not be the one I would gun for. It's just this is kind of how I was looking price-wise to kind of get an idea. If I can, yeah, so you can see it says made in Japan, and there is the serial number, and it is a Superstar. It's not a Superstar Classic. I cannot stand that, and I don't want the reissue. It has to be the Superstar, the vintage Superstar. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a 24 by 14. I'm after a 22 by 14. But this kind of gives you the idea of kind of what I'm hunting for. I just know that it was a 24 by 14. Whoopsie doodle. I'm after a 22 by 14. Don't need a 24. That's way too big in my book. Like the Tom. I found the 18 by 16, but as you can see, it's in this aquamarine color. I don't want aquamarine. And then again, if you look here, Superstar, made in Japan, serial number is correct. 84, that's the year it's been issued out. And traditionally, these were 6-ply, made of maple. But hard with the reflection, can't really see in the drum all that well. But again, it's kind of why, like, I would take all the lugs and stuff off and I would wrap it just to preserve the actual color for whatever reason. If I decide to sell it, I can take the wrap off, or I'd be like, here it is with the wrap, and then, of course, here's what it is. Like, I'd have pictures of the kit before I would wrap it. So I'm like, here's the actual drum underneath the wrap I did. And the wrap is just held together by double-sided sticky tape. If you want the wrap off, it's just as easy as taking the lugs and everything off, fill it off, and then you got the original integrity of the drum. That's my main concern. I want to keep the integrity of the Superstar. Like, again, I've been trying to piecemeal this. Yeah, the snare. The snare is going to be stupidly expensive because it's the most damnest hardest thing to find. Because for it to be correct, it is a Tama Superstar, but it's also known as the King Beat. Made of birch. Like how they call it a maple finish, even though it's not made of maple. And it is, again, it's a 14 by 6.5. What did you this way? I could probably make this snare drum for cheaper. But again, they're showing you this badge, and it's correct. And you can see that it doesn't have the year it was made, which lets me know that it is a genuine 70s snare. So it was around that era. Again, like I said, from the earliest years of production from 77 to 78, because it was after that they started to put in the year. And, you know, they're showing everything. Like, there's the muffle. Like, yeah. This would be the way to go. Also, another part of the future of the channel that I want to bring up is down the road, I wouldn't mind maybe finding some broken down drums and fix them up and selling them and maybe make videos on that process, because I think that'd be fun for us. Record the process of, here's how Zamiel would handle putting these shiz together. Now here's the 12x8 that I was able to find on eBay, or it might have sold, but I was looking around. Don't want Star Classics and stuff, but you can look around and you can see. So for example, they say that this is a Superstar, but it's a 12x9, which isn't correct. But more importantly, if you look at the badge is not what I would classify as a Superstar. Not exactly what I'd be hunting for. However, if you check right here, here's the tom. And again, if you go to the badge, you can see 83. 83 made in Japan, the real deal. It's been sold, but again, you can see, you know, that. So I'll be hunting for sure. And it's just be a matter of I'll need to save the money. Yeah, here we go. Like I found another one. This one wasn't sold. Again, if you look at the badge, it's a bit fuzzy. This one. Big thing is I can see it's made in Japan. Superstar. Because other Superstars are actually made in China, not Japan. That's the biggest thing, is I need it to be made in Japan. It needs to be the original style. I want to say that's a 4 or a 2. Can't really rate it because goddamn, that's blurry. But there's also just me trying to like roughly price what things would cost, because yeah. And then of course I have my build my own, so this is just me making the tom and shit like that. For example, like I said, I showed you guys like the lugs. Like I do not like tube lugs. I want to try and make, like if I have to make my own, I want it to be distinct, but I want it to be as close to the Superstar look and feel as possible. Like I'm looking at lugs going, all right, like what's gonna look the closest, what's gonna look the best. Like I don't want pearl, because if it's pearl, then you're gonna know a pearl on a Tama or even on a drum like that, you're gonna think I'm making a pearl. I'm not making pearl. Like I was looking at the Rogers actually would work look-wise. Issue is they don't have 18 in stock. I need more than just 18 units. Like I said, I need like 64. And looking at the price, that goes over to $1,000. But if we just factor in the toms, that'd be 44. That's $704 just in lugs alone. And that's not even them offering up gaskets or anything, or any screws, by the way. So that's one of those moments. Now on Amazon, this will be a one-time purchase, is the air vents. I could get some air vents and do that. Let me check something real quick. Just to make sure. Okay. Yeah, and of course the hoop, so you can see 12-inch, 6 lug, triple flange. And technically I could go up to the 16, but the 16 needs to be 8 lug. Just better tension on a bigger drum. Same as when we go to the 18. Just better tension overall. Then when we go for the snare, we would go to a 10 lug. 10 lug for the 14. But on the 12, it will immediately make it a 6 lug, which is fine. I don't need to go to an 8 lug on a 12. The 6 should be fine. Yeah, and I found tension rods that were the right height, and they come with the washers, even though I actually found better washers. And I'm being more safe than sorry. I'm going with 2 1/4 of an inch, just because I want to make sure that I have enough thread, and if it's too much, I can always cut them down a bit to size. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I want as much extra ply as possible. And then what I found that I would want is actually these, and this would be a one-time purchase. It's a 100 pack, but these are the tension washers, and these are actually designed to help it not rub against the metal and stuff, and help try to keep it roughly in tune a lot longer. All that for some plastic. Different colors, but like if I'm doing the yellow, I want to kind of do the black to kind of make it do that. Like they have yellow. The yellow would be cool. Cheaper too, $4.99 as opposed to, well, that's the 20 pack. I'll go to the 100 pack, $17.99. Go to the yellow. Yellow doesn't have a 100 pack, so I'd have to get 2 of these. That's $20 just for the yellow, and I can't be sure that the yellow would be the correct color because you can already see that some of it looks dirty and dingy. So I would just go with the black. Grab the 100 pack because it's going to almost take 100 of these. It'll be crazy. That's if I wanted to be that crazy and just. And then last but not least, I would want to have a drum badge made. Now the kind I would want to be made would be wood single. Find out if there's our David R. So something made of wood. I would have it say Nordic, and then it would be like Nordic True Series, serial number made in the US of A. Just let them know that that'd be a Nordic kit. And then I'd probably maybe fit my name in there somewhere, just so that then it's like, bam. And that's just for one. By the way, $65 for the one badge. So counting it, 3, 4, there need to be 5 badges. So yeah. That's if I went that route. Again, I'm always going to keep looking, and I am curious about possibly designing my own drum set, like I say. Because, yeah. It has to be birch. That's ash. Mahogany should then, yeah, see, that's mahogany. Walnut should be a bit darker, yeah. Nothing against them, it's just, I'd rather have birch. Good old 12 by 8. $70 starting out, man. But of course, I'd want it sanded. And I'd rather have it professionally done instead of me having to worry about it. Again, instead of the square end, needs to be the rounded edge. And then I need the bearing edges done. I don't have to do them. I don't trust myself enough to do that. I'm already would have to try and trust myself to find and measure out where I would have to drill holes to put the lugs. Okay? That terrifies me right there in and of itself. I don't want to ruin a perfectly good shell because of my dumb butt. It's like, eh. But yeah, just know I've been after the holy grail, my holy grail of drum sets. Everybody has their own, like, what they perceive to be their holy grail of an instrument and such. Just for me, it's the Tama Superstar. I love the way it sounds, the look, just everything about it. For example, I can actually show you what the kit would actually sound like if I grab the correct video here. site. Get to where he's actually playing the kit. Yeah, I think we're right here to be a good spot. Let me hit the X on that. Alright. So this is our David R. He actually found the kit and all. Like, he slowly put it together, and this was also his Holy Grail kit, and it's the legit vintage kit. And it's gonna sound amazing. Like, that's the tone. It's deep, punchy. Something that old sounding still that good. It's another reason why I also like classic cars. You can't go wrong with classics. I'm also using the pair of hi-hats I want. Yeah, see. That's not bad for an old kit. Even has the snare for it too. Well, of course, just like me, what I'm attempting to do is, it's going to take a while. Take a while to get it together. Yeah, it's the same dimensions though. So we have a 22 by 14 base, 12 by 8, 16 by 16, 18 by 16, so and the snare is the 14 by 6.5. Oh, trust me, if you know where to look and how to hunt and price flow, you can get it for a little bit less, but you gotta know where to look. But yeah, like, that's what I'm hunting. As for the symbols that I'm hunting, the best way I can do this is look up and see if I can find those hi-hats being used. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, his whole setup. Yeah, well, you have to understand, he's got the mics and stuff, which is something that I still also would have to get. One of the big things I'm hunting. So, next thing I want to show you guys. Alright, so good, we did unmute it. Is here's the hi-hats I'm after. So, for those who don't know what the hi-hats are, it is these. He's currently playing. Those are the hi-hats I'm after. Sound I am hunting for. You have no idea. Like, I hunt. And I've listened to a lot of comparisons and stuff. And I always wear headphones when I do, so I can hear as much of the tiny details as I can. Yeah, I want to be fully aware. See, now what he's doing is more of a blues style with the way he's holding his drumsticks. He actually has the butt of the stick hitting the snare. More of a blues type thing. Especially the way he's holding it, I can definitely tell he's more that kind of player. A few drummer buddies back in the day, and cost is a car band if not a car. Oh yeah. Indeed, slow again. Oh, look at me, I got a guitar and an amp, and it's like, that thing's like not even, like less than half the cost of a frickin' drum set. I'm like, F you. Why does the thing I love have to be stupidly priced? Yeah, no, those are the symbols I'm after. At least for the hi-hat. And funny enough, I also have a notebook with everything listed. Yeah, so those are the Meinl 15-inch Byzance dual hi-hats. Oh, yeah. Of course, now he's on the dual crash ride. I am not wanting that. Didn't care for its sound that much. Now, funny enough, that crash over there on the left might be one of the symbols I'm also after for my sound. Like, this has been years and years and years of me just plotting, planning, seeing what I'm after, what I like. Can't really read. Okay, that's the dark crash, so I don't want the dark crash. It almost looked like the one I was after. Yeah, but so there's that. There's that. Those are the hi-hats I'm after. Again, they sound beautiful. If we now go to one of the crash symbols I am after. It is the Meinl Byzance Extra Dry Thin Crash. And that is an 18-inch. Yeah. This should be on that one. We should be on it. Yeah, there it is. That's one of the 3 crashes, by the way, that I'm after. But has the right amount of attack and decay. Doesn't just ring out and keep it. It's not too bright. It's not too dark. It's right where I would want, like, a crash to be. And that could potentially be one of the main crashes as well. Well, actually, no, that wouldn't be the main crash. To me, my main crash is my rightmost sided crash that I would have. Normally the one that I would place above the ride. So, crash like that would be what I would call my secondary crash, and there'd be a third. Just in case if I need a different tone and sound. Ride symbol's gonna freaking screw you people over. I can tell you that much when you see it. Like, that's the tone I wouldn't mind on, say, the secondary symbol. Now, the next one's gonna be fun. The next one up. Yeah. So the next one up is actually going to be fun. Oh, I actually skipped one of these symbols. So the main symbol, my apologies, this might be the main symbol. That'd be on my right. We'll see. So let me just make sure that we are good here. This is the... I don't think that's right. Let me check and make sure. Are you adding words to the vocabulary that I'm not after? Oh yeah, if we just go here, this would be better. Let me just mute that real quick to get past this ad. And this is actually from the actual symbol company. This is the video. This is even better. Alright. From the actual company. So this is the Byzance 18-inch dual crash. So similar to the hi-hats I'm after. Is this. Now I'm thinking this might be either the main symbol or it might be the central symbol. So it would be the third. Just the right amount of resonance. Has decent decay, good attack. Not too dark, not too bright. It's in that area where when I think of a crash being played like that, that's where I think it should be. You can see it flex. The sign of a good symbol. If you see it actually flexing, you know it's good quality. Now, I wouldn't have that symbol that far out. Technically, it'd be right above the ride symbol a bit. And then, you know, this is what I've called the secondary symbol. And then around here would be either the third symbol would be here, either centralized, probably right here. So, looking at this, if I pause it real quick. So, this symbol would actually be here. That's where I'm more comfortable with it being. That symbol is exactly where it needs to be for the second. So boom, boom. It would probably maybe be about here would be the third symbol. And then a couple of splashes, which we'll get to when the splashes pop up. Gotta have some splash symbols. China will be here. The auxiliary hi-hat. Like, again, this is the dream drum set. Like, way down the road. Will slowly have to be pieced together in, like, the longest time. But decent sounding symbol. And they're all fairly priced, which blows my mind as well. Because I grew up being a Zildjian kid. But Christ almighty, I cannot stand the prices that they're one for Zildjians. So I could get that symbol for 18 inches for the same price I could get it for 20 inch. Same price. Same symbol, just bigger. It's the same price. If I do that with Zildjian, they're going to jack up the price. Any other symbol company, they jack up the price way too much. But yeah, I'm after that kind of tone. All right, now I can go to what will potentially maybe be the main symbol. If not, maybe the third. Like, it's hard to say. I have these symbols listed out. I was listening going, well, I like the sound of that. So that's the Byzance. This is going to be fun. This is a traditional polyphonic. Actually, that's a word you never thought that you'd hear from me, is polyphonic. And we are after Jippers. I don't have one of it. No? Damn. Well, is what it is. Let's now bring it over once more. So yeah, so that's the polyphonic I'm after. One on the left. I'm debating on the sound. Again, everything is subjective. I could be switching them around. Like, that could be my leftmost symbol, or it could be the main, or it could be the third. It does sound a bit brighter than the others. That could be the leftmost symbol. Such a good cymbal sound, though. So that one's a bit brighter, but at the same time, not so much, like, ringiness to it and such. It just cries out and gets annoying. Now for the ride symbol. Here's where the ride symbol is what's going to freak you guys out the most. Yeah. What I am after, I never thought I'd even try to gun for. Till I heard it, I went, that's what I'm after. So, this This is also a bit of a cheeky cheat from me, because my ride symbol is also not just a ride symbol. Actually, what is known as a crash ride. So it's a bit of a weird mutt. I have a crash ride myself, so I don't really care for the sound of it, especially as a crash. But I don't necessarily like the sound, like the tone of, say, a ride symbol when you're trying to crash into it. Especially the one I have, it doesn't just sound right. So I'm like, well, if I would technically have a fourth crash, quote unquote, but I have my ride symbol, because I like that crash ride as a ride. Sounds good. And then if I lay into it, what's interesting about this is it actually has rivets designed into it. Has a good ping. Decent ride sound. And then you can hear as he's laying into it harder. You can hear that slight crashiness of it still. There's those rivets that are just bring that extra dynamic to it. The sizzle you're hearing is those rivets. There's the when you want to really lay into it. Yeah. So technically, 4 crashes, but technically also my ride symbol. So kind of cheaty. Like right there, he crashed. He laid more into it to make it crash. And that's just something that you really can't do that. It depends on how the ride symbol itself is made, but something like this, just it sounds better. That's the extra thing, hammered crash on the left. There's the hi-hats I want too. But yeah. It's that sizzle. That constant sizzle. He's using the crash ride like you're supposed to. So if I really want to lay into it, I can lay into it. He's showing you the zones. Such a nice beat. Well, really showcasing the symbol good. That's technically my ride symbol I'm after, even though it's a crash ride. I knew for a fact that I was wanting to go for a crash ride for the ride symbol, because I'm like, I want to be able to like lay into it and actually have it ring out like a crash when I want to lay into it. So I'm like, yay. Now for the China. Chinas are like one of my most favorite symbols in the world. And funny enough, this one is also a traditional. This is what we call a traditional trash China. I can't believe I was always thinking I'd go with a 20-inch, so I'm actually would be going for an 18-inch. Is wrong with Zamiel that he would be going for that size. When you start it, yeah. So yeah, so somebody's currently playing. That's the China I'm after, which would be on my far right. It would basically be over here in this zone. Over here, where it would need to be. Those holes definitely help cut off its resonance, sustain to it. When they call it trash, trash is a good thing. Not like it's garbage. It's just, it's got that extra, just nastiness to it in the good, best way. Love China symbols so much. Still, one of my holy grail Chinas that I really want to get my hands on, though, is going to be the Zildjian Oriental Trash China. Like, that's also one of those sounds I'm after. No, come back. That sounded so good. Now we get into the weird stuff from Zamiel. So he's after a 10-inch Byzant's Dark Splash. This thing's gonna sound freaky. So the splash is the tiny symbol over here on the way left. Basically an effect symbol. That's the dark. And then the second splash I want to also get my hands on. There's a toss up between, like, there's 8 inches and then there's 10 inches, and I listened to both. I'm like, I want to go with the 10. Has more to it than the 8. You can definitely tell where he had a moon gel. That mark right here on the snare, that's a moon gel mark. That's a moon gel. God, those suckers are expensive, by the way. And last but not least, on the symbol Warpath, I want a 10-inch Byzant's Dual Splash. You guys are not ready.
As an old...
Oh, we don't care about your ad. Alright, you guys are not ready for this. So here's the dual splash. So similar to the hi-hat and my one crash. You kind of see that we're kind of in the same family. But if you hear it, a lot more decay in it than the other one. So it'll be a good offset for the other. And it's a bit darker than the other one. Considering that the other one was called the dark. So how funny is that? Those are all the symbols Zamiel was after. God, if I showed you the hardware I'm after, you would die looking at the price of some of the hardware that Zamiel's after. Like some of the hardware that I want, like Jesus Christ, guys, you. Let me make sure I'm looking at the right one. Yep, that is them. So, for example, these are the Tama Speed Cobras, and this is the double bass pedal. Dual chain, which is what you exactly want to see, and since it's Tama, I already know they're good. Similar to the Iron Cobra vein, these are the speeds, which are actually designed for more of what my playstyle would be, really. So, wide base plate and frame, which is nice because that would be helpful. The clamp keeps the pedal more flat, you know. Help. 3-piece hinge, which I've seen. The fast flip pedal board for basically accelerates the power and the speed of the beater strokes, which is really needed. And of course, if it's minimal effort, we're gonna need it. Smoother playing surface, reduces friction. Another good thing. So everything, and I've listened to these, I've looked at them. I know people that have played Tama Iron Cobras and Speed Cobras. I'll prefer the Speed Cobra. And the biggest selling point, as always, is it's a dual chain instead of a single. My current pedal, which everything I have is used, is a single chain. Never go single chain. If you're gonna do it, you do dual chain. Sounds so much better. So that is that. And then I am also wanting, if I type this in, gotta input the word Speed Cobra again because we're not done with the Speed Cobra series. Oh no, far from it. We are. Yes, that is it right here. Same pedal board, but would be the Speed Cobra hi-hat stand, which is a 2-legged instead of a 3-leg like I have. The 2-leg is just better, especially if you have a double bass. Because the way it would work, that's why I can describe it, is right alongside this pedal would be the other pedal. Problem with a 3-legged stand is technically these 2 legs are facing towards you and the 1 leg is facing out. So you have to fit the pedal between one of the legs, and it's the most annoying thing ever. But yeah, this allows so much better right here. We're just perfect for both double, kick, and space conscious players. Space. This allows me to actually have it tucked more tighter, closer to me if I need it to as well, without it eating up so much room. Now we get to the fun part, because again, I already know I want to go for the Stage Master stuff, and I'm looking at the bundle to do it, which is actually a lot easier. So I would need to get a couple of these. Always go for double brace stuff because double brace is going to last longer. I will eventually buy memory locks. So what a memory lock will be is I will be able to set it to a certain area, and it will keep it in that area. So basically, that's more like floor tom legs. The Kuzma calls it the what do they call it? Tom mounts and stuff. We would have a memory lock there, so it cannot exceed past that point. That's where it is set for me. And of course, it has the speed nut thing, so it's basically 2 buttons you push and you can pull off the top. Like, again, this is just been years and years of just, if you want to view paradise. And what's next? Oh yeah, for the auxiliary, this is where it gets interesting. That's it. Like, am I wrong? No, I am wrong. It is this. Yes. The reason why I don't go for the other one is because I want to make sure that would grab the Z-Rod. Because if I'm having like a nice pair of like size hi-hats on there, I want to be able to give it some breathing room. And this is designed to keep it closed. So that way then you're not having to worry about that auxiliary pair being open. You can have it slightly open or a bit more closed, so that way then basically it's taking my foot off of the pedal to keep them closed. It is in that perpetual closed state. That's why it's an auxiliary pair. So if I need to do some faster work on a closed pair of hi-hats, or have say the double pedal going, for example, that will just allow for a more smoother transition. And since it would be the same pair of hi-hats, you wouldn't even be able to tell almost that I went to a different pair. There are such things as like a drop clutch, for example. So this is designed to where it replaces your clutch on the pedal, and what happens is if you want it closed, you hit that switch and it will dump that top cymbal onto the top. And you can then play, and then if you need up, you step on the pedal and it will basically re-engage it. I've thought about those. I'm like, I'd rather have the auxiliary because there's just sometimes where you're playing, it's easier if the right hand is away from the left for certain things. And then, of course, kind of roughly going back a bit, we'd be going back for the Z-Rod. I believe it's the one. Yeah, it's this one. This is for the splashes. Of course, it's called a splash symbol attachment. Makes the most sense. Again, you can see it has the easy release top. That'll be for the splashes. And now, what about the clamps? That's where things get important. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Yeah. So this is what we'll be holding the auxiliary, by the way. So this would latch around the cymbal stand. And then right here, because this can twist, I could actually have it aimed in a direction of my choosing. So I could have this actually turn around facing upward. I could then put that Z-Rod in. And then that will allow me to have the hi-hats there. So that's nice, because it clamps onto the cymbal stand, so it's less stands having to be in the way. And in the similar vein, if I go here, and we'll see this, and I would need just one of them. There's the fast clamp, same idea, except this is designed with a memory lock, by the way, which is another big selling point. As a memory lock, I can then throw my tom on there, and it is clamped onto one of my cymbal stands as well. And then, of course, if we're talking about, you know, other stands, we would need a snare stand when that goes in line. That is it, I believe. Yep. Oh, maybe. I think I'm looking this one. Yeah, number matches. This is the one previously viewed. And I like how this is designed. The ones I currently have this actually separated. It's not exactly there. So the pivot point, the hinge, so much smoother looking. And then to tighten it, a lot easier to do with the design like this. It would make life so much easier. Now I could go 2 of those in case I don't want to use, say, the clamp for, you know, the tom. If I wanted to actually also have it maybe offset on its own stand, I could do that. What I'm currently doing with my 13. I do not like 13. That sounds, it'd be better if I had a 12, 13, 14, 15 that led into the 16 that I have. Like if it led into it, sure. But no, do not like the 13. 13 is my favorite number. Now, I believe this is how it is. Yes, and I would have to get a rock and sock drum throne. And these are more just designed to be more easily used. I'm thinking of possibly getting the back rest as well, if I'm honest, because I think that would be nice. And I wouldn't want the I wouldn't want that style. Definitely would like that, not that, but something more where I can raise up and raise down if need be. Comfortable. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of stuff that's been going through my brain. Like there's that stuff, there's the fact like I can do a bit more of the paint that I want to do. Like I said, this is all long haul ideas on top of the streaming. Just with the work that has now come up, it allows for more of that readiness to do. Like I'm more capable and able to do what I'm wanting. It just takes time. I've got time. I has time. So I'm like, yay, let's do it. Because I'm happy. I'm happy with where I'm at. especially because I want to get my hands on Elden Ring. Like, that's the first main game stream-wise that I will be gunning towards, and it will take a while before we get it. Like I said, it's not going to be the first paycheck that I'll jump on it, because I have bills and shiz that I want to get rid of, and then of course necessities that have to be sorted through and all. Because trust me, I'm a very smart cookie, and I know how to set things to the side and just wait over time, bide the time. And of course, that's also not counting that we can start updating stuff for stream as well. Biggest thing, especially like the webcam, is one of the major things I want to upgrade. It needs to be. I can hopefully finally get that one webcam I've been like lusting after for a long time. And that will also help with, say, if I want to record drums, it'd probably be one of the best goddamn cameras I could have for it. Let me see if I can find it. It's been a long time since I've I've seen it. God, do I even remember it? That's the question. Christ. It's been so long since I've logged into this. Christ. Evil, freaking. Do I look like I want to remember all this? Is that correct? Or is it wrong? It was correct. Please say it. Alright, let's see. It would be in one of my lists, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. I'm just making sure that nothing important is showing up so I can reveal this. And here's the webcam I've been wanting for some time. The Insta360 link. So it actually has tracking abilities. It can swivel. It will follow. It will zoom in if I give it the command. It will zoom out. It will do everything that I need it to do. But it's expensive, but for the reason. Now the tripod kit, I'm almost curious about. How would the tripod work? Like, I'm looking at the like what's supposed, I guess it's supposed to sit on. How the hell does that work and look? And of course has HDR, which would be nice. But no, like this is, and it goes into 4K as well. So you understand, for drum videos and stream alone, better tracking and shiz that we would get finally. This is jumping from a $20 crappy webcam to something that will be good for the long haul for years. I wouldn't have to worry about replacing this like at all. And I've actually seen this in work, and I've seen it be used. I'm like, that's the one. That's the one. So there's like that. Yeah, I could probably finally update the second monitor. Would be nice. With the same monitor I have right now. Some things would definitely have to move a little bit, but that's no problem to do. Probably finally actually also get a stream deck down the road. I'd like to get my hands on that. Instead of using the one on my phone, actually I have one that's just plugged into my PC. Don't have to worry about how my phone be used all the time would be nice. But yeah, it would just allow for so many better things in the long haul. So the future of the channel is looking bright and good. It's just right now we're going to be coming through some rough days at the moment, because it's one of those of the settling in period, getting used to it. and basically just factoring in that, hey, this is the day that I want to do this project, or this is the day that I'm going to do that project. So it's going to be one of those where I will always at least stream once a week. That is going to be my guarantee. Even if I have to do it on a Saturday or a Sunday, I will do my best, because I want that, I want this to still continue. It's not going to stop, like, at all. Just continuing. It's going to be one of those, it's going to be a honeymoon period, basically. We got to get used to how things work out, and then we can go from there, which will be nice. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Because then from that, we can potentially update our model, which would be fantastic. We could actually really update it a bit more, different outfits and such. Like, I'm happy with our current design, but if we could take this design to get a different outfit and stuff, you see, that's when the fun can begin. That's when fun can really, truly begin. I remember my mama, my Pasha. I remember them. I still have their pictures, so that I don't forget. Show me my Masha. There's my model's rigger, the one that gave me the movement. Where's the mother? There she is. Yep, Peach. I remember. Peach did such phenomenal work, but I'm happy. I just hope that they continue doing this stuff, because, yeah, for sure. I'll go back to them for different outfit and such, for sure. Maybe finally get that clown gestury outfit that I've been thinking of. No, I'm happy. I'm happy. Is empty. Who knows? Maybe eventually we'll get a 3D model. Like, we'll go to that, and with that, it'd be more of, then I can maybe get the tracking. And imagine if we could track me on a drum set. That'd be so much better. Technically, I could, hopefully, like, if I have the actual mics and stuff set up, I could then patch it into where you'd be hearing what my software would be hearing, and not just the raw kit itself, which is another reason why I haven't really done drumming on stream. I've been trying my best to try and get rid of this latency for the electric kit, and it is killing me still to this day. And just, it doesn't respond like an actual drum kit does. As soon as you can, as a drummer, you can feel the difference between, I know what I'm hitting, and the electronic kit is not making the correct sounds that I know of what I'm hitting. It can't. Certain electronic kits, I believe, will have the sensitivity. This one doesn't have the right sensitivity for certain things that I would be doing, and it bothers me. That, and there was a slight latency on it. It drives me up a wall, because, like, I've tried drumming with it hooked up, and I've listened to it, and I'm like, what is the slight delay? It drives me up a wall. It honestly does. Stop driving me up a wall, please. But yeah, I'm happy with where we're at. Like, we're doing good. We're doing good. The channel's doing good. Hopefully we'll be able to push a bit more with work and stuff. Be able to get better things going. Yeah, especially the drum stuff, I have a feeling you guys would really be interested in. Outside just the gaming, we could have some drum stuff go on down the road. Would be cool. Drum stuff might have to be slightly of an earlier stream due to certain things. But those could be fun. I'm not tired. You're tired. But yeah. I think we can have a lot of great fun in the long haul. Again, Soon, the lands between will have a Zamiel running around. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Just not a matter of time. Yeah, I'm having to wait for the flipping background check. It's the only thing I'm waiting on. Apparently they're trying to check my felonies, including any misdemeanors. I have 0, but I'm waiting for them to know that there's 0. Actually, no, that's weird. It says felony, including misdemeanors, has been completed. That's completed. That's completed. It says it's in progress, so they're probably just trying to get the bloody report. Annoying. What more do you want from me? Doing my best here. Sounds like your disclosures and all this stuff. Like, come on. Just waiting on the background screening report. The annoying thing, you know? But it makes sense. Oh, hold up. Now one of them just disappeared. Which was the felony including misdemeanor thing disappeared. So it just says in progress, so this is good. Hopefully, it will be done soon. I exist, god dang it, you humans and your frickin' paperwork. It annoys me. Proud humans and paperwork and red tape. I just want to work. Demon Lord wants money. Because money leads to better things for you guys. And better things for me. Mostly me, but leads to things for, you know, that. And of course, especially like again come December time, I don't want to do the one-shot challenge, but I also want to try and maybe do a donation stream again. We'll see. Depends if I can swing it. We might do another 24-hour stream for donations like I did that one time. Instead of splitting it throughout a couple of days, we'll do it one day, 24 hours. Let's raise money for a good cause. I'm that crazy son of a bitch. That's the Zamiel guarantee. I do that stuff. God, that would be my 5th 24-hour. I have streamed 2 24 hours, and I've been a part of 2 24-hour streams. 2 of them, I was the mod for said streamer, and I wanted to make sure that, you know, I was around and about. I don't expect you, Slow. You're still here to have to be around for all 24 hours. That's just too much, but yeah. Crazy me, I'd be the person to do it. That's just who I am and how I am. That's just who and how I am. Now, for those that are interested in TTRPGs, just know that in I'll do whatever I can do, and exactly, that's all I ever ask. Is just do what you can do. Not like, you know, Slow. You will do this. I'm not a slave. I hope I'm not a slave master. Slow. I hope I'm not cracking the whip on you. I think it'd be a different story if I was paying the mod, you know? You're a friend that just so happens to be a mod because I can trust you. And you have no issues doing it. Pay the mods! Pay them. God. That's if I could do this for a living. Go the Django. I know you would. Speaking of Western, like I said, coming up in about 2 hours is my Oshi's stream, where she, of course, is the GM or DM, whatever you want to call him, Dungeon Master, Game Master, for their TTRPG they're doing, which is called Gun, and it's going to be the session. Because last time it was getting the players all settled in, and oh, holy hell, this is going to be hilarious. So I can give you a hint about some of the players. So we have Calamity Gigi. So Calamity is one of their things that they're capable of. They carry a big-ass shotgun, is wearing a blood red furry hat with ears. Oh, lordy. We have Bibu, who has a broad, like, fedora-style hat. I would say, like, think like Alucard from Hellsing. That's the style of hat. It's exactly what I thought it would be as well. Also, Cat Bane, for those who watch Clone Wars. That style hat. It's a dusty grayish color, similar to Bibu's hair. She's carrying a revolver. Oh, I also need to remind you that Gigi is a pious individual, so they are very religious, and their god is my Oshi, so the DM is their god. So it's even more funny. So they have that stuff, like, doodled on their weapon. Bibu has a revolver, is also pious, but worships our Lord and Savior Lightning McQueen. So she has this tiny revolver that is super loud that goes kerchow. I mean, it's the loudest thing. The thing about her revolver is it can't kill anybody. It can only maim them. But she has a knife, by the way. So her plan is she's going to shoot to injure, walk up to him, and the last thing they're going to see is Lightning McQueen take their life. I'm like, oh, dear God. And Fauna. Fauna, to me, is most interesting. Her quirk, her trait is she's a nobody. Bibu's silver-tongued, so she can lie her way out, but after a minute, the person's going to know they've been lied to. Gigi's is a calamity, so she has a great bonus, but there's also a negative side effect to it. She's a calamity. Fauna's a nobody. She knows her name, nobody else knows her name, so she's being given a nickname. But one of her little deals that she has is that she's the ex-lover of a town mayor called Bones Malone, and she's wanting to get back at Bones Malone. So she's designed and built around that. She also has a revolver, and she is a fairly classy lady. Uneducated, but fairly classy lady, because she was, you know, being prepared and all that to be the town mayor's, you know, wife and all that, and want to be thrown to the side by that dirty Bones Malone. This is going to be hilarious. I like how she tried to spell it too. BONZMALON with a backwards E, like Bones Malone, because illiterate. The stream coming up within 2 hours is going to be alright. So I would suggest if you guys are not here, I will post the link. Show up. For the love of God, show up. It is going to be alright, because this is probably just one of many sessions that are probably going to happen. I'm waiting for when it gets reversed, because Fauna usually is a Dungeon Master, Game Master herself, with her TTRPG that she'll do from time to time. So actually, me also being a DM, that has always wanted to be a player and has tried, and unfortunately the group that I was going to be with, they decided to just say F it and just up and leave, which sucked. The DM basically gave up. I'm a forever DM. I hate it. I want to be a player. So to actually finally see like a DM be a player is huge. And then I have a feeling that Fauna will probably do something like that for Callie down the road. So that way then she can finally be a player and not stuck as the DM. No more of this forever DM crap, please. One of the worst kind of feelings. I love that they're also doing their southern accents. Like, you know, that old southern accent. And apparently some people say that I have a southern accent. I do not. I was never born in... I was not born or raised in the South, you heathens. I was born south of heaven. That's a different thing. I was born south of heaven. And I'm not southern. But it's funny hearing their accents. I like that Fauna's going for this Southern Belle accent. So, well, I do declare kind of accent. I'm like, no. But the others, they're going full bore with that Southern accent. Our Lord and Savior, Lightning McQueen, will come down from the heavens. Like, which is funny because Callie, she's a Texan. She's a Texan Reaper, okay? So this is just hilarious. It is hilarious. Now, this Demon Lord has roots all over, so if I really wanted to, I could start talking like this, but I don't think you want to hear the Irish side of the Demon Lord. Nor do you want to start hearing the Scottish part of this Demon Lord. Trust me, you don't want any of that. I can get up into it. My Irish is higher in my register, whereas deeper, throaty, kind of like German and such. More that lower register, where it's more in the throat. I'm a bastard. I'm a mutt, if you really want to get into it. Mostly everybody nowadays is a mutt, if you think about it. Now, I'm looking forward to this stream, so if you guys can, pop up into that stream once this one's over, please. Join us. We're a wonderful community over there, the Deadbeats. Wonderful community. You guys will get a riot and a hoot out of the shenanigans that's going to happen. As someone that loves TTRPGs, would love to be a player for one. I don't want a DM. I want to hang up the DM gloves, please. I want to be a player. I would love to have it streamed, or even if it's just a private thing, I'm all for it. So looking forward to that. Have fun with it. Now, like I said, tomorrow looks like things are still clear, even if I had the orientation. I would have been home with plenty of time to spare for stream. So right now, current things are still standing. Master Duel is tomorrow, so expect that. Then I'm going to be off for on the weekend to relax, do stuff. I'll be writing down and getting stuff, at least prep for the Dagger only run for Dark Souls. So get ready for that. But at the same time, I'm not going to put out a schedule just yet. I will have it. As always, you know how my schedules are worded of late. I've been putting down a tiny disclaimer on my schedules just for the sake of it, where it says all times can change depending on what is going on throughout the week and day. So I started adding that because it's one of those you never know kind of things. Those interviews were happening and all this stuff, and now that, I have the job, we're just waiting for the red tape. Basically, it's all of that is in the way right now. It's just the red tape has to get out of the way. Also, for those of my East Coast brothers and sisters, please take care of yourselves and be safe, please. Because apparently, I've just read that Hurricane Helen has gone to a Category 4. So, please be safe. I do know one of my old compadres hangs around in one of the those states that is going to be hammered by it. So just please be safe. Those that are on that East Coast, just be safe. Not for me, for your family. Because, yeah, we don't really get those over here in our wonderful Pacific Northwest. So yeah, just be safe, people. So I love you guys. I'm gonna rest now. This was basically the update of what's gonna happen to the channel. Nothing bad. It's all good. Just a matter of now stream times are going to start to differ depending on what the work schedule will be. Like I said, I'm going to always try and guarantee one stream at least a week. I'm probably going to tone it down from 5. I'm looking to at the very, like, right now, if I can try and swing 3, I'll be happy. Because then that means that we can just focus on, like, say, Dark Souls, and then we can lean into Elden Ring when that happens and such. Have fun with that. You know, have fun with those adventures and such. Not just be, you know, that. So we'll see. Again, I'm going to be working around the work schedule and such and things. And I'm going to try and do my best to not burn myself out and stuff, because that's the biggest thing as well. So that's kind of why I'm like, if I can, at the very least, if I can just do one stream a week, I will do it. That is my promise. There will always still be at least a stream. But also know that in the future, there might be more videos coming out than just streams, which will hopefully try and offset that, because then, like, after work, if I'm still tired, or, you know, I'm depending on the work schedule and stuff, well, I have this time, I can sit down and do this kind of thing and such. One of those, we'll see. Well, I know I could have a night shift one day, so I'll swing the night shift thing, you know, to where I can stream earlier throughout the day, and then it gets pushed into, you know, an earlier stream to then, all right, guys, got to go to work, yada yada, bam, go again. We'll work with it. We'll work with it. It's all positives, no negatives. It's a win-win, basically, for all of us. It's just a matter of we got to get settled in. I got to get used to it, and then have them settle things as well, where hopefully it will be a consistent work schedule. I'm not going to just be bouncing back and forth between, you know, shifts like that. But someone that would like a consistent shift, which would be nice and helpful. But that's going to do it. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Master Duel. Hopefully our U-Bell deck is going to kick butt. And beyond that, I hope everybody will take care. Next week will be interesting. We'll see. Love you guys. Take care. Peace.